Hey, good morning, everybody. We are very, very tired today. Good morning. How is everyone? Good morning, Bearquake. It is a quick jump into Garden of Terror. I didn't even get my notes down for this. Mr. Bandit, that's in the policy. Alrighty, well, on the left-hand side, we're going to be seeing Three-Legged Cat. On the right, it's going to be Storm League Enjoyers. And let me get some notes down so that way we can figure out where and how we got here. Sorry, we were talking about laptops in Discord, and I got so distracted. I was so distracted starting my day talking about laptops in Discord. Alright, so, we have Three-Legged Cat versus Storm League Enjoyers. It looks like Storm League Enjoyers won the coin flip and want first pick. So then we have our map bands. This is great casting, just the top of my head. Alright, we do have delay on stream. I thought I turned it off. Garden of Terror, we have Chromie and Stitches banned away immediately. Alright. Oh, I need to also get the pin message for chat as well. God dang it. I'm so behind today, chat. I'm doing my best. Alright, that is also Tomb, Towers of Doom were banned away, Sky Temple, and Braxis Holdout. So that's Garden of Terror, chosen by Three-Legged Cats. So, back into Meta Madness. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, I don't know why I'm so tired today. I got good sleep last night, but either way, we're going to be checking out still more bans for Garden of Terror. Not a bad starting map for these two teams. We are in the lower bracket for Meta Madness today. We actually have 4 best of 3s and 1 best of 5, so we got a long day of casting ahead of us. But Dahaka's going to kick things off, and of course, as always, it's Meta Madness. Here's that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps, and so Dahaka will be into that list as well. Alright, Dahaka started out. What does Three-Legged Cat want to go for here? They'll go and match the global with a global. Falstead will be picked up, and let me see if I can get that pin message list. There's no way it saved yesterday's message. No, of course not. Alright, I have a Google Sheet for this. Not that, though. Let's see, Meta Madness. Nope, that's still different. A to Z. Alright. We gotta put commas and everything. Alright, Zeratul, Nubrak, they got a good dive burst composition. Anduin is permabanned in the tournament, so we're not gonna see any light bomb shenanigans. Jaina being removed is not a bad idea, as that would just be more burst. You could also go into like VP with Ring of Frost. We don't see that very often, but hey, if they wanted to go for that wombo, because the Nubrak can burrow in as well. Follow. So we have that. Let's get rid of that. Slash pin. Oops. Pre-banned brand. Pre-banned heroes for qualifier number 4. Yay, we did it. Slightly rocky start to our stream, but that's okay. We're all good. Alright, so either way, as always, Abathur, Anduin, Blaze, Brightwing, Diablo, Genji, Hanzo, Hogger, Johanna, Junkrat, Lucio, Sergeant Hammer, Sylvanas, Tracer, and Vala are all banned away in the tournament, and Deckard and Kalefoss will round out the draft for the members of Three-Legged Cat, or Storm League Enjoyers. Alright, not too bad right there. Lot of burst, though. Lot of really good burst, good wave clear. This is a fantastic starting draft for Storm League Enjoyers. What will we get from Three-Legged Cat to round out their draft? They have heal. They're gonna need a soul lane. I don't hate the idea of a Thrall for displacement during all that dive. They're actually gonna go for Sonya and dive back in. So this is gonna be a very clashing composition from both sides as we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves into the casting screen. All right. How on earth is Twitch trying to run ads in 6 minutes? I ran a 3-minute ad a while ago. Oh, Twitch. Why are you breaking things? Alright, let's see if we can get rid of that really quickly. Hey, what's up, Desert Jester? Good to see you, bud. I am trying to wake up. I'm a little tired today. I also was scrambling to get going on stream because I was very distracted by the Discord conversation about laptops. All right. Good boy, Bandit. Oh, we'll wake up. All right. On the left-hand side of Garden of Terror, we have got the members of Three-Legged Cat. Captain Rex playing Stukov, Hung Lu Falstad, High Wraith to ride in on Sonya, got a Crankle, Muradin, and Dark to play the Greymane. Auto attack Falstad. On the right-hand side, we have Storm League Enjoyers. We have Alvarez on a Kael'thas, Aether Dahaka, Arion, I can never say their name correct. We'll be playing Zeratul, Itrax on a Nubrek, and Lothkol will be floating around with Deckard Cain. Alright, well, we got a little Storm League, Three-Legged Cat Storm League Enjoyer prediction. Who will win Garden of Terror? Go ahead and get your gambles in. You got 2 minutes. Alright. You're on the couch waiting for the last Formula 1 of the season. Oh, is that today? Where's the race at? A little patient play at the beginning here. Some hammering, poking. Dahaka lands an immediate drag onto Sonya. The Nubarak follows up with an impaled burrow charge. And somehow, someway, Sonya's spinning. She's winning. And Zeratul's the one to go down. A lot of living bomb action from our Kael'thas, but nicely done. I, honest to God, thought that that was just a dead Sonya, but she just spun and got so much heal off that. Oh, really good play. Really good heal also from Captain Rex. Falstad pressuring onto Kael'thas in bottom, but nice little barrel roll to avoid that flame strike. Oh, it's just gonna be easy start for Sonya in this top lane, dominating into the Dahaka. Oh, Muradin's gonna go check. Oh, I thought he was gonna start this out. Might actually go down here and start pressuring onto Zeratul. Doesn't look like that's the case. We got a jungling Muradin just kind of floating around, waiting to dive in. But it's actually everyone leaving lane to go get camps. You don't see anyone in lane on the enemy team. And kind of same thing, you only see the Muradin. But of course camps will be popping up, so it's the assumed play from both sides here in Garden of Terror. That is kind of the main way you want to play this map, is really focusing in onto camp pressure in the lane. Also, camp experience is really important here. But I thought Zeratul was actually going to get ganked in bottom lane. I thought Greymane would dive in, but the blink was held and it was perfectly played. No dive in. Some healing potions down from Deckard Cain. Zeratul dives in. Captain Rex getting a little bit low on Stukov. The drag from Dahaka will connect. Captain Rex, Stukov almost gonna fall. Gets the healing pathogen to himself. Pops it immediately. And a little lurking arm down on the ground as well. That's biotic armor, right? Because they did change the talent icon color. Yes, they did. One of the talent icon changes that I'm just confused by.
The first seed is sprouted.
More camps to be pressured into lane. Speaking of lane pressure, we have our Sonya up in top here. Dahaka will drag the Siege Giant in just so it gets into tower range. It's a little bit easier to clear out since the towers can help. Down around the objective phase over here on the right side of the map. Maybe a camp invade? They are going to leash this. Storm League Enjoyers leash the camp for the time being. It's going to go back to full HP. Oh, really? Okay. Abu Dhabi. Interesting. Well, best of luck to your driver. Or team? Not sure. Alright. Well, no actual care about the camp right now, or the objective right now. Just still wanting to clear out these lanes. As we wait and see. 7 talents here right around the corner. Zeratul will get hit with a Storm Bolt. Muradin wants to pressure further. A little bit of body blocking coming in play. But Zeratul gets a potion over the wall. Should be able to get a blink out as well. Deckard providing enough healing just on the low side of this. Kael'thas trying to land a gravity lapse into Greymane. Not going to connect. As the objective phase is still just being ignored. Oh, wait. Hold on, eye tracks. Maybe, just maybe. Another kill to the side of three-legged cat. Dahaka and Zeratul will just keep pressuring or pushing up top lane. We got our level 1 questing objectives. Quite a bit of work has been done on them so far. We got 10 stacks on regeneration globes for the Kael'thas, 6 regeneration globes on our Anubarak out of the 30 for Regeneration Master, 10 out of the 15 for Zeratul on Shadow Hunter. Dahaka's got 2 stacks on his enhanced agility. It's not a low blow Stukov, because I do believe low blow would have actually taken down Zeratul there. Good splash from the Gilnean Cocktail. But Greymane can't find the kill into Zeratul still. Zeratul providing to be pretty slippy. Zeratul is a frog. Zeratul providing to be pretty slippery. Will Hearth out just for full HP. And Dahaka slowly clearing out that top lane, not wanting to let Sonya get too close. Murden goes in onto the Kael'thas. Alvera's trying to back away, gets a potion immediately from Kael'thas. Meanwhile, Zeratul gets into the back line and takes down our Stukov. Dahaka brush talks in as well. Gravity laps into Greymane. He's trying to back into the Kael'thas. I think he was actually creating space so Murden could back away. That was it. He's trying to split the team. So I think Kael'thas knew he was dead, and Murden was just going to try and get out. We do have the Kanai's Cube by Decker Kane as well. And reduce healing by 30% for 4 seconds onto the enemies that are hit by the Haraja Cube. And second seed will be going over the side of the Storm League Enjoyers. All right. Oops. All right, so more camps to be grabbed on the lower side of the map. Murden's still checking on the Siege Giants. Dahaka is pushing things up down over here. I do see Falstead starting to float down, but no, Dahaka's gonna tap the bush, get his speed, and he's out of there. We do have 10 talent tier, so we'll cycle through those numbers, get an idea of what the damage, healing, and experience does look like. It's Wrath of Berserker for the Sonya, by the way. No leap in for her. Might have the Nerazim on the Zeratul. Phoenix for the Kael'thas. Everything else is looking pretty standard. Curse Bullet for the Greymane, Gust and such. Zeratul does dive in. There's a lot of spell armor around. Yeah, I don't know about that dive in, Zeratul. Spell armor from the camp. He's going to be providing 20% production. Good gust from Falstad that allows the allied team to clear out this cocoon onto our Stukov. And bottom lane fort will go down. Stormbolt connecting into the Dahaka. He's going to be looking for a drag. Avatar activated by Murden. Stay a while and listen. Catches the dwarf, but the living bomb wakes him up. Flailing swipes makes some room. Stormbolt not connecting onto the enemies as the potions continue to come out from Deckard Cain. Itrax is taking a bit of sustained damage. Will be able to back into a potion. And Falstad barrel rolls away. Zeratul goes in and somehow deletes the bird. Fight continues in bottom lane as Stukov gets one more auto into Zeratul and gets a bit of revenge for earlier. On the lower side of the bottom lane, this is Dark on that Greymane, trying to razor swipe his way out. Will roll to disengage with the gravity lapse from Alvarez is good, and that is a double kill to the side of Storm League Enjoyers. Zeratul going down. Meanwhile, though, in the mid lane, Siege Giants were rocketing in. Sonya has that Wrath of Berserker. So, increased damage dealt by 40%, reduce the duration of stuns, roots, and slows against Sonya by 50%. But increased damage allows you to get through that fort a little bit faster. Siege Giants helping out as well. Another seed to the side of Three-Legged Cat. They seem to have lost that fight, but they really won out across the map. Taking down bottom, mid, structure. Top went down earlier. Yeah, nicely done. Lurking Arm from Stukov will continue to deal damage as Falstad clears out the camp. Murden anchoring in the bush. Zeratul might have been wise just to say, you know, they aren't showing a map, they're probably stealing our camp. And that's exactly the case. 13 talent here to the side of Three-Legged Cat. We do have a virulent reaction for our Stukov. Healing static for Murden. He did go Reverberation level 4, and that's going to give him good cooldown reduction on his Heroic. Unfortunately, the Stormbolt not connecting onto Zeratul. What's up, Moose? Welcome to the stream. Apologize for my lack of energy. I am quite tired today. Don't know why. Trying to wake up. We're doing our best. We'll get some tea in us. We'll cast some games. We'll wake up. But thanks all for being here.
Best not fight over it. Hmm?
Oh, wait, hold on. Zeratul in mid lane, able to blink away. Sonya's not going to be able to provide enough damage for a kill. Wrath of Berserker, actually, everything is off cooldown when it comes to heroics currently. There's the Scream for Wrath of Berserker, healing pathogen thrown in from Stukov, burrow charge away by a new Barak. Zeratul looking to pressure onto Captain Rex. Muradin still floating around. My apologies. Dahaka does get a kill into Falstad in the top lane. And now Sonya, she's trying to get out of here. Getting an activation on her level 7 right there. Muradin has Avatar going. Let's get a little bit of a zoom out here so we can see a bit better. There is Greymane inside the cocoon on the bottom side of your screen. Zeratul dives into Sonya. Wrath Berserker has expired. She misses the spear. And Curse Bullet from Greymane. Flailing swipes from Stukov are going to be held in place. Big stay while and listen. Maybe gets a kill into Muradin, but he's immediately woken up. Zeratul still chasing in, getting potions, and it looks like the Zeratul will stick onto Muradin? No. Thought he would. Either way, 2 out of 3 seeds to both teams, and we have got... Next one will be a Garden Terror... Excuse me, we've got Siege Giants in top lane, pushing things up, but they don't get much more than some damage on the keep front gate. And this is also next seed, a Garden Terror to one of these two teams. Bottom center of the map. Bottom center. I guess you could just say, yeah, both bottom center. Oh, spear not connecting into our Zeratul. But he's found a Falstad. Unfortunately, Muradin and friends are too close by. They're not going to be able to pressure onto Falstad further. Man, there's some times when just some of these Zeratul players, the way they can just burst down ranged assassins. Because earlier we saw like a 50% Falstad just get absolutely deleted. Sonya's got her Wrath Berserker active. She's slamming, she's jamming, getting that auto and keeping the sustain for her Wrath Berserker. Dahaka brushstalks in right next to the enemies. Woo, 52 HP on our Falstad as he is trying to get away, get a healing pathogen from Stukov. Flying out down towards bottom lane center as Stay While and Listen catches Sonya and Greymane. Greymane dives in. That might have been a shifted command because I don't think he really wanted to go in that way. Either way, we do have a Bruiser Camp in top lane pushing in, and with a loss onto Greymane, I do believe Storm League Enjoyers will be able to get themselves a Garden Terror, and Falstad wants to clear this out. It's going to be... he should be able to. Maybe there'll be a delay. There actually absolutely is a delay. 20 seconds on the Greymane, and Ubrak burrows and catches our Stukov. Captain Rex is going to get the healing pathogen out. Sonya Wrath Berserker activated again. It's a slam onto our Zeratul. Falstad does push out top lane, but he's going to start floating down. We got a DC from Muradin. Oh, wait. Okay, we do have a DC from Muradin. Okay. All right. Well, we always jump out of the game for competitive integrity, so let's do that really quickly. Hopefully I can get a little snooze on some ads, because it looks like, for some reason, Twitch is all messed up with their ads today, so we'll get a big block of them done once the game is over. But good morning, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having a great day. Alright, we did also make all the notes. We got the pin message for the band Heroes. Everything is looking good. Alright, readies are being requested. Let's go ahead and get back into it. Unless someone has walked away. Doesn't look like it. Alright, back into it. We have the Garden Terror spawning in favor of Storm League Enjoyers. What is the game plan? Now, danger ping on Falstad. He's hit with a living bomb, burrow charge in, max range, gravity labs, but the Falstad gust will push back the enemy. Garden Terror in mid lane spawns the overgrowth plant. I'm sorry, what? Alright, well, apparently Dahaka Zeratul discovered the Falstad. He's going to be annihilated. And this siege is looking fairly good for Storm League Enjoyers. Sonya works through top lane quite quickly. Mid fort will go down. Bottom fort should fall as well. A really good wave behind this, and also, as I mentioned, that overgrowth plant. Mid lane still being sieged in. Virulent Reaction catches this Anubrak. He answers back with a Burrow Charge Impale onto Muradin. He gets deleted. Greymane trying to poke out with a Cursed Bullet, but it's just not going to dissuade the members of Storm League Enjoyers. What's up, Omega? Mid lane keep is going to be falling currently. Bottom fort is going down. Storm League Enjoyers will back away. Nubrak tries to grab the regeneration globe, but I don't think it timed out for him. Speaking of regeneration globes, 28 stacks for a Nubrak. He's 2 regen globes away from finishing out Regeneration Master, and that'll be a bonus 500 HP on top of all that extra regen he's got. And Kael'thas on 29, so he's got the activation for his Arcane Barrier and as well a bit extra mana. How much mana is he maxed out at? So max mana is 1,105, so not too bad for Kael'thas, as this will be the last Regeneration Globe for Itrax. Got that finished out just about 14 minutes in, and the map is looking good to the members of Storm League Enjoyers. About a level to go for both teams. Actually, where's that experience being made up in? This is like I was about to say, it's 4 to 9 in kills, but experience is damn near even. Man, look at the passive difference. 4K passive, minions is about same, mercenaries a little bit more so to the side of three-legged cat. Interesting, interesting. Well, mid to be cleared out. Camp on the bottom left to be invaded. Nubrak gonna anchor in the bush for his team. Alright. All camps have been grabbed on the map. 2 keeps remain. How's the top lane keep front gate looking? Alright. And just structure-wise, a little damage, and bottom lane's been taken down. But speaking of bottom lane, let's go ahead and take a look at Storm League Enjoyers push down here. Siege Giants and Bruiser Camp and Nubrak in the bush behind. We do have Decker Kane and friends picking up their 20 talent tier. It is going to be Respect the Elderly. And wait to see if we have an activation onto Ancient Blessings. It is off cooldown. Yes, it is. Okay. No Ancient Blessings activation to jump in there and start just sieging it and pushing it with their 20 talent tier, but Wind Tunnel, Ignore Pain, Rewind, Warp Skirmisher, or excuse me, Shadow Stride.
Quickly.
Flamethrower for our Kael'thas. Wrath Berserker activated by Sonya. The flailing swipes of controlled chaos come out, but it's not enough. Stukov will go down. The cocoon onto Falstead will expire. He's looking for an angle to be able to gust in. Gonna fly for a better spot. As the Greymane does find a double kill. Nubrak and Zeratul will fall. Stukov traded. And a seat is available in the top left. Oh, man. Oh, it looks like we'll have a Garden Tear going over to the side of Three-Legged Cat. Of course, clearing out the waves, so the Garden Terror doesn't auto-attack and lose HP, because that's how it loses HP. Oh my god, I can't talk today. Got it. How it loses HP versus... No, it's... Garden Terror will lose HP when it auto-attacks versus Tomb of the Spider Queen, where it just naturally loses HP over time. Man, oh man. One of those days you just cannot wake up. We'll just drink more tea. That'll work. But we do have Three-Legged Cat pushing in through bottom lane. Garden Terror in top lane is pushed up by Sonya. That's going to be cleared out. But with Garden Terror like 99% HP in bottom, maybe a little bit less than that, this should be a guaranteed keep. And it's a tense map #1 in the lower bracket. Best of 3 series. Zeratul goes for the Singularity Spike, doesn't land it. Isolation into Muradin. And Garden Terror on top will still push up a little bit. Gets the Overgrowth Plant, gets a few autos onto the keep here, and Korra will take a little bit of damage on the shield, and that's about it. Nicely done. Sonya siege damage right now, 175,000. God dang.
The seeds are mine. What a joyous night for a curse.
Alright. Invade onto the camp. Muradin goes in with the Storm Bolt. Doesn't land it onto a Nubrak as he's able to burrow charge away. But it does look like our Bruiser Camp will be invaded, stolen, and Siege Giants as well. Zeratul clears out the Bruiser Camp, or the Siege Giant Camp in bottom lane. Little flame strikes to poke out. The ignite at level 16 was picked up. Sonya pops Wrath Berserkers. A new Brett comes in with a burrow. There's a Cocoon immediately on a Stukov. Zeratul trying to get the burst damage onto Sonya, getting close to actually getting that kill. On the left-hand side, I was going to say, that's a Dahaka who's waiting with an isolation, but it's not going to make the connection, I don't think. There's a flailing swipe from Stukov. They are just chasing Dahaka, but you're chasing a speedy Dahaka. I don't think this is going to work out. Tries to loop around. Stormball from Muradin. Rewind activated. Burrow Charge Lurker Strain buys a bit more room. Falstad can't get the hammer and kill. Nubrak is the one to go in with the rewind this time. Falstad goes down. Ancient Blessings activated. That's that golden glow underneath the model. And Dahaka lands a drag into Muradin. He's able to Dwarf Toss away, but Zeratul wants to chase in. The Stormbolt connects. The activation onto the trait of Muradin will tick up on his HP bar as the seed will spawn on the bottom right. God dang. What a game number one.
Collect the seeds and don't fret.
What an insane game number one.
Anymore.
Zeratul just floating around, checking camps. Actually, will be starting this Bruiser camp for his team. 25 seconds or so for the Falstad to respawn. Kael'thas gonna come in and try and help out. Muradin just above. Will be scouted out by a Nubrak with an Impale. Gravity Labs connects. Muradin hugs the wall looking for the jump over, and we'll be able to get that. He does have that Dwarf launch level 16, so he has the extra... What is the percent on that? 40%. Sonya Dahaka hearthing at a top lane. Bottom lane camp will be cleared out before it gets much damage onto the keep. Excuse me, keep front gate.
Germinating.
Oh, it's 1 out of 3 seeds to the side of Storm League Enjoyers as they back off, clear out their top lane. Both teams have 2 keeps left, just different lanes, top and bottom available to the side of Three-Legged Cat, and Storm League Enjoyers just have their top and mid. And Dahaka still just floating around, going to pick up some essence as well as soak up that experience that is floating around. Scaling still is a thing here. Even though there's no talent tiers, you still get that scaling per level. And it is 23-23, very close game between both these two teams. Sonya looking for the spears, Zeratul answering with a few cleaves of his own, as well as a auto attack or two. And it looks like Sonya's the one coming out on top. Nice little sidestep with that flame strike from Kael'thas by Muradin. Sonya spears in, starts working on the sappers. Gravity Lapse into Muradin. The cube coming out from Deckard Cain. Cocoon into Sonya. Burrow charge in onto the Falstad. Dahaka on the left-hand side with Zeratul. The Wind Tunnel saves Greymane for the time, but can Dark get some sort of heal from Captain Rex? The catapults are here as well. Gonna just razor swipe through those, spreading that healing pathogen. And Zeratul's looking for that burst. Sonya will go down around the objective. Stormbolt being thrown back as a space creator, and there's no other fight to be had. Sonya dead for the next 53 seconds. Waves being pushed in by the side of Storm League Enjoyers. Alright. It is the best of 3 series, by the way. We are in the lower bracket, though. And for those of you that don't know, the qualifiers are cumulative. So there's 5 qualifiers. They all have a point system. So not only are you fighting for qualifying into the playoffs in a couple weeks, but it's also getting a good spot within that bracket as well.
A seed is sprouting.
So you're playing for position at a point. But either way, 6-12 in our kills, 23-24 about in levels, and more camps to be grabbed. We could get another Garden Tear to the side of Storm League Enjoyers. They are pressuring up a lot of these lanes with camps. As Sonya has respawned. The members of Three-Legged Cat playing a bit turtled here, making sure that they don't go too far out. Zeratul maybe looking to jump over the wall here, looking for a low health target, or at least a lower health pool target. Stukov and Greymane are kind of those targets for him right now. Sonya floating around the objective. She's going to be starting to work on those sappers. Dark's a little split from the team. Cocoon will connect. A Nubrak goes in for the Burrow Charge. Activation of the Wrath Berserker. Dahaka brush talks on the left-hand side. Man, I am not even hearing the Dahaka brush stock and all the chaos. Wind tunnel into the wall. Murden gets the rewind, but Zeratil's able to blink away. Aether able to get a really good burrow, but oh my god, the health pool of Dahaka gets annihilated. There goes the Stukov. Anubarak to fall on the right side. Zeratul gonna mount up, and I do believe disengage. We're 2 dead for 50 to 54 seconds. I don't believe this is going to be a game-ending moment for Three-Legged Cat, as they do need to go clear out top lane as well as manage bottom. They're going to grab a camp of their own for mid lane, but god dang. What good team fights for map number 1. 62 stacks for Falstad autos, 46 regeneration globes on our Kael'thas. Shadow Hunter is done. We already said Anubarak's finished out, and also Dahaka Enhanced Agility is done. So I'm going to tab out and make sure that we keep delaying out the potential ads. 10 seconds on our Stukov, 5 to go for our Dahaka, and about 6 on our Anubarak. Sonya hugging the wall. I don't know what they're setting up for with the Sonya on the high side of this Sonya. She's just floating around the objective, okay. I think they were just looking to set up in case someone rounds the corner here. She can at least play into it. Dahaka brush stalking in, but he's immediately going to start, yeah. He's going to reposition to the higher bush. Doesn't look like they want to go in for the fight. Actually, hold up. Dahaka steps in for the channel. Muradin dwarf tosses in. Cocoon! There's a Sapphire applied to the Haradra cube, but he'll be inside. Gravity Labs onto Sonya. Zeratul goes in for the burst. Sonya pops her Ignore Pain level 20. Zeratul tries to go in once again for the last auto attack and can't land it. Meanwhile, Muradin's kind of 1v2ing Dahaka and Deckard Cain. Has to dwarf toss away with the activated rewind. Falstad's still working on a camp, or clearing out a wave here, getting those auto stacks up. Also to note, there's a camp in bottom pushing in with some catapults. We've got a Sonya spearing in onto Zeratul. Flailing swipe number 1 out from Stukov as Zeratul pops Smite of the Nair, seem to back away. Living Bomb applied to our Sonya. She's just going to spin, looking for that regeneration globe for a moment, but Dark is the one to get the channel. They have to back away as this camp was pushed in. Catapults might have been dealing some damage to core. Because we're late game right now with these catapults, and let's go ahead and take a look at the damage they're going to be dealing to structures. Over 1,000 damage per shot into structures from catapults, so you got to be careful of those lanes getting pushed up when you don't have a keep there.
Red team's core is under siege.
Okay, so Sonya setting up in the bush. What's the camp time in 2 minutes? 30 seconds.
Another seed is about
I see Zeratul on top. Muradin goes in, looks for the Stormbolt. Unable to connect into Zeratul. He's able to blink away. Picks up the excess experience in top lane. Doesn't look like they're going to chase down Muradin whatsoever. Well, 2 out of 3 seeds. We're back at this deja vu. We've seen this before. Lurking Arm to check the bush. That does show. Spear in. There was a danger ping, and Sonya's like, I'm going to go in now. they definitely saw that Lurking Arm. Lands the spear, gets a bit of fear from that. There's some danger pings, so they see the shimmer of Zeratul on the left-hand side of the fight. Dahaka brush stalks in the low side of our engagement. Looking to go for the isolation. Lands it into Stukov. Muradin goes in to start pressuring this Dahaka. Uh-oh, that's a lot of damage onto Muradin. He's going to try and rewind and get out of this, managing to do so, but Zeratul will dive onto the Muradin in the backline. Itrax gets the rewind. Stay while and listen. Connecting into Sonya. That's got to respect the elderly applied as well. Sonya activates the arcane, not the arcane barrier, activates her Ignore Pain. It's that spell armor. And it looks like our Deckard Cain will get the channel. Sonya's spearing in. She's going to get hit with a flame, or a living bomb once again. Sonya getting hit with a drag. The potions are good, and that is a dead Sonya. I do believe we're starting to move into the final moments of game number 1 here. Storm League Enjoyers are moving towards mid lane. Falstad, Stukov, Greymane to defend. Garden Terror in mid is really pushed up. Is this the moment they can take game number 1? I do believe so. Alright. Nicely done. Map number 1 will go over to the side of Storm League Enjoyers. Patiently played. Really, really well done. Gotta say, this Zeratul, I do believe, is probably the MVP in this. The Zeratul player I can never pronounce the name properly of. Alright, well, points to Bezos. Alrighty, everybody, welcome back into Meta Madness, day number 2. We are in our first best of 3 of the day in the lower bracket quarterfinals. We've got Three-Legged Cat on the left-hand side. We've got Storm League Enjoyers on the right-hand side. We did just have a map number 1 that was played on Garden of Terror that was won by the members of Storm League Enjoyers. A hard-fought map as well. So Three-Legged Cat will be choosing for first pick for map number 2. Storm League Enjoyers will be choosing to take us to Dragonshire. As a reminder, Tomb of the Spider Queen and Towers of Doom banned up by Storm League Enjoyers. Three-Legged Cat getting rid of Sky Temple and Battlefield of Eternity. All right. So that's what we have available and going on for this, as it's Dragonshire map number 2. As a reminder, it is Meta Madness style of draft. That means that heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps. In this best of 3, we also have the tournament bans, which are pinned at the top of the Twitch chat, if you would like to look at those. But it's things like Genji, Diablo, Anduin, very popular heroes. There's 15 bans, plus the heroes that were played in map number 1, so there's 25 heroes unavailable. There's bans at the top of the screen, but those don't add to the list. They only pertain to the map draft. So if we do go to a map number 3, we could see a potential Chromie, so long as she's not banned away. But as we get into this, what do they want to start with on the side of Three-Legged Cat? Man, that Zeratul play from last game was so good. Obviously, it's not going to be available for map number 2 on Dragonshire, but I'm expecting some sort of hyper carry once again. You know, it'd be crazy if we actually saw Valera. Oh, I thought my camera froze a while ago on that, but it looks like we just have a little bit of a lag spike. Zagara will be our first pick on the side of Three-Legged Cat for Dragonshire. A lot of Zagara play lately. A lot of Zagara play that we've seen for Meta Madness. Sorry. Forgot what tournament we were in all of a sudden. My brain keeps going to Nations Cup for some weird reason. Lunara to be grabbed. Damage over time is good. Varian will be picked up. Now, this Varian could be Colossus Smash. I doubt it. Even the times when it seems perfect for a Colossus Smash Varian, we end up just getting Taunt. And Taunt seems to be the way that they like to go. I wouldn't be surprised if they look for some sort of mage to play off of that. Like Jaina still exists here, and that would be great. We're gonna get Zarya with Garrosh. This is a really good combination since you have Speed Barrier. Garrosh can get the zooms and run on in. I really actually like the draft so far from Three-Legged Cat, but Storm League Enjoyers have a lot of potential with the direction they can go here. What do they want to get rid of? Some sort of hyper carry. There's a lot of range assassins you can go into, but I feel like with Zarya you want some sort of melee assassin diving in. Do you consider an Illidan ban? No. Okay, they're gonna get rid of White Mane. Okay. I honestly love the idea of an Illidan with the Zarya Garrosh. You throw the bubble on Illidan and he just goes on in, and then you could grab like Arheal as a healer. We're going into the weeds here, and it's only map number 2. I like the Jaina ban. This makes a lot of sense with the setup on that Variant, but still things like Orphe if they wanted to go into. Mephisto is up and available. This is not a bad map for Mephisto being able to jump onto the shrines, the Moon or Sun Shrine, and kind of poke at the enemies around there. Also, Durance of Hate's a good follow-up into the taunt from Varian. It's an easy kind of follow-up to a point-click stun. Gonna go Uther Yrel, so they're still gonna kind of float the idea of, or they're gonna think about what they want to do for a mage. But on the left-hand side, like I still like the idea of like some sort of divey hero like a Greymane. Like I think that could be really, really good. Not a Greymane, sorry, we already saw that. The Illidan, sorry. Less hairy man auto attacker. God, we can't form a sentence today. I'm doing my best, chat. Sorry. Malfurion and it's Cassia. All right, I still like the Cassia here. Dive in with Fend. You got a blind into Lunara. Malfurion healing is pretty good as well. You have the cooldown reduction for. You have the cooldown. A basic ability cooldown reduction with the Innervate as well as the mana return on top of that. But what are they going to pick up for this last hero? Still like the Mephisto. I really think it actually could work out with this composition. Yrel might also be a safety steal pick to stop Garrosh. Yrel could, yeah, that's a good point. Oh, Gul'dan will be the pickup for the mage. Okay, I like it. Really good wave clear. You can go into Echoed Corruption, and if you're constantly going into probably taunt into stun, You'll be able to get a lot of Echo Corruption value. Also, good morning, Darth Looper. How you doing today? I hope you're more awake than I am. Let's get into the cast. All right, start prediction. Which team will win? Dragonshire. Groggy. I am groggy too. It is a groggy day for me. I don't know what it was. Like I started the cast and I the first like 3 words I said on stream today, my brain was like, "Oh, I sound tired." We're all waking up together. It's going to be a nice, cozy Sunday. Thanks for swinging by, everybody. Let's get into it on the right-hand side. Storm League Enjoyers. Aether will play a Urel. We've got Lovko playing Uther. Itrex, Varian, Alvarez on Gul'dan, and the Lunara player, I apologize, I can never say your name. Arion will play a Lunara. To the left-hand side, it's Three-Legged Cat. We've got Dark on Cassia, Crankle, Garrosh, Captain Rex, Malfurion, Ahung, Lu, Zagara, and High Wraith will be our Zarya. Let's go ahead and get that Twitch prediction going for all of you at home, as we are a Thunderstroke Cassia level 1, Echo Corruption on that Gul'dan like we talked about, Varian on Lion's Maw, and Wave of Light for Uther. Thank you, Ashmantle, for the gamble. Good morning, bud. I hope you're well. 6 stacks on Cassia already? God dang, nice job, Dark. We'll check on that scaling later on. See how things are looking when it comes to the level 1 scaling plus the scaling of per level on the basic ability damage. Stun followed up by a charge. And about 2 and then some in about 3 levels you're going to be seeing a follow-up taunt onto that. Gul'dan should be able to land some easy stackage on his Echo Corruption off of that. Speaking of, stacks is already at 7. Zagara just spreading creep in top and immediately cleared out by Urel. Our place to the left-hand side of this camp. We got some healing applied to the allies around. That little swirl, I do believe, is Malfurion getting his mark onto the... Malfurion getting his mark onto his allies. Oh, that phrasing sounds weird. So it's easy to see who Malfurion has got his healing onto. Objective phase is up and available. Zagara gets bopped by her fort front gate. She's like, cool, gotta clear out this wave anyways. We're gonna be having Force coming in a moment. Cassia keeps poking onto this fort front gate and, man, doing some great work on it. Getting a stack here and there. And Venom Spines for Zagara level 4. We have the Indomitable for Garrosh. Pretty standard here. A charge taunt from Varian. Garrosh is taking quite a bit of damage. Gul'dan doing his best just to poke out with Fell Flames. Zarya makes the rotation back into bottom lane. Garrosh with the speed barrier goes in for the... Oh god, sorry. Goes in for the Varian. Garrosh is able to back away. My brain just chunked on his HP. I was like, I saw it go to 68, but I'll lie and say the lowest was 69. Another speed barrier, stun from Uther. We get another toss combo into our Varian. Gul'dan looking to drain some of that HP. Lunara applying some damage to a lot of... Actually, applying a lot of damage to Dark right now, chasing down Captain Rex as well. Speed barrier applied once again to our Garrosh, and looks like he's just going to chill in the bush for the time being. 37 armor from his trait, as the globe goes over to Itrex and friends. 16 Echoed Corruption stacks on the level 1. Speed barrier once again. Toss combo. Garrosh is looking for this Varian. He's got no mana. Zarya particle grenades continue to poke, and Itrex will be dropped down to about a quarter of their HP. Zarya makes the rotation into mid. Garrosh is able to land the Groundbreaker. Gets the toss with the speed barrier onto her. Gets the ally toss using every button available in First Blood over to the side of the Three-Legged Cat. Thank you all for the gambles, by the way. Appreciate it. Dan sees the enemy stepping into this bush and just immediately throws out. Wait, hold on. Speed barrier once again. Interrupt onto the Groundbreaker. The root from Malfurion will connect into Gul'dan, and he does go down. Beautifully played so far from the side of Three-Legged Cat as they find 2 quick early kills. And Zarya gets the barrier into Cassia, or onto Cassia, as she's able to rush on out of here, not taking much damage. And the siege on the bottom lane fort will persist from the members of Three-Legged Cat. Gnar gonna poke at Captain Rex here and there, tries to get a bit of damage, did go into the Choking Pollen and Noxious Blossom. Or Blossom Swell, I believe, is level 4, right? Yeah, Blossom Swell. We'll clear into top lane, and things are looking okay. Things are looking absolutely okay on the side of Storm League Enjoyers. Couple early game losses when it comes to getting picked by the speed barrier Garrosh, but they lose bottom lane fort. It still is 3/4 of a level difference. You can bounce back with potential level 10s. Lion's Maw level 1, by the way, for Varian is 2 stacks away. Wave of Light is fairly close with 11 stacks. Actually, you just finished a Lion's Maw level 1. 34 for Cassius Thunderstroke. We've got a Bile Drop stack for Zagara and 21 Echo Corruption stacks. I'm noting these really quickly because we are going to cycle through the other numbers. Another little Bile Drop stack for Hong Lu, who does tap well to get a bunch of mana, goes out for the Regeneration Globe. The rotation into top lane, Garrosh is here. Unfortunately, the enemy's wise to the rotation and will be able to back away without any sort of losses. Bottom lane, Itrax is able to get the counter channel as Garrosh is going to go to the Sunshine and get that. Gul'dan takes this opportunity to chuck in a bunch of damage onto the bottom lane fort front gate with the Siege Giants as well. There is going to be a kill into Zarya. My apologies. I didn't think they were actually going to be going in for the fight. Lunar is able to apply enough damage over time. The healing is not enough for Malfurion, and a kill over to the side of Storm League Enjoyers that will bolster their experience and close that gap they were missing. Gul'dan clears up the bottom lane fort front gate and side walls. It's Horrify, Leaping Strikes. We got a toss just to break away from Varian. Devouring Maul, Explosion Zone. Hold up! Ally toss, what? Nicely done. Leaping Strikes, Taunt, Charge. There's the follow-up stun from Uther. The Dragonite will go over to the side of Storm League Enjoyers. The Expulsion Zone splitting Varian. He gets the Divine Shield, but now Lunara is thrown in, taunted by the Warlord's Challenge, and she will be picked off. And still, by the way, I was going to say there's Valkyrie available. Cassia goes fishing and finds an Uther, the Paladin, trying to run out of here. The Particle Grenade. The fadeaway shot from High Raid. Nicely done on Zarya. Varian trying to pressure onto Cassia right now. Dark is looking to chase in. Speed barrier applied to try and close the distance, but looks like Hand of Freedom will be activated, and Urel's out of there. Ooh-wee. Zagara with some Banelings going out, clearing out the wave as best she can. Garrosh still soaking up the top lane for the meantime, while the rest of the team pushes up mid. And I gotta say, this Dragonite does not get a lot of value. Dragonite does not get a whole lot. Gul'dan in it. Hold on. Ardent Defender is activated, and it just stalls the damage for the time being. Particle Grenade pokes out, and the wave, the well will be tapped, wave being pushed into the top lane fort. Well, Dragonite expires, getting like no value at all. Gul'dan comes back to top lane to try and clear things out. There's a cleanse from Uther. I think that was into the Urel. She tries to go in with an Avenging Wrath and Divine Steed, looking to close the distance, but no further engagement to be had. Varian, by the way, is Warbringer level 10. He'll have his charge available every 10 seconds, or every 4 seconds, excuse me. Okay, 13 talents here, first for the side of Three-Legged Cat. Invade onto the camp here. Taunt onto Zarya, she applies a self-barrier. There's an Expulsion Zone, but it doesn't deny the camp. We also will see a Devouring Maw from our Zagara. Sleep, Valkyrie, Divine Shield will deny that Valkyrie pull. Garrosh tries to go in, gets a toss onto Itrax. Malfurion with some good heals. The taunt, the Warlord Challenge, somehow Urel's not dead. 45 seconds on Ardent Defender. As Varian is split from his team, I can't believe that she's trying to hearth out right there. There's no way you get that. Varian dies on the right-hand side. Yrel goes down on the left, and Three-Legged Cat get themselves a double kill while the top lane camp pushes in. Zagar is going to push up this mid lane, and the objective phase will be up and available just after the respawn of a few of these characters. So Three-Legged Cat say, let's get a mid lane fort. Barrier onto Garage. She's going to be cleansed. Oh, man. Oh, Crankle, you got to be careful here, bud. Varian charges in. He tries to go for the Lion's Maw. Looking to go in for Garrosh, but he gets some decent self-heal off of the Blood Craze. Tosses back Varian. Oh my god, Storm League Enjoyers come back with a vengeance right now. They do have waves pushing in. Top fort's about to go down to the minion wave. It does. And Garrosh is the one to get picked off. Zagara gets the dismount onto Yrel. We have Lunar going to bottom lane. Looks like they're going to go for another Dragonite. Time for more Baja Madness. What's up, Wildfire? How you doing, bud? I'm a little sluggish today, so I apologize. Horrify, oh my god. The Valkyrie will catch on to Gul'dan. Expulsion Zone from Zarya. We have Zarya being picked off to follow that up. Uther looking to go for the channel, but Zagara, I think, was on the point in time. No, she gets onto the point a touch too late, and that is going to be Storm League Enjoyers with the second Dragonite of the game, and they're going to be looking for some structures here. They really need to catch up. Need to open up this map a bit as the Garrosh is kicked away. $73 stacks on the Cassia Thunderstroke level 1. Bile drops on 5 right now for Zagara, as Cassia will be kicked away. Taunt onto Gul'dan, followed up by a root, and he will fall. Devouring Maw goes fishing for an enemy, doesn't find anything. Malfurion will be pushed away. As the mid fork goes down, Yrel charging Hammer, looking to just deny any sort of step in from Garrosh or Cassia. Cassia with the War... what is it? War Traveler. I was going to say Warbringer, and I'm like, that's not right. Uh-oh, Valkyrie. Good cleanse from Uther. Oh, man. Divine Shield is forced out. Expulsion Zone put on the ground as well. Lunara, she could have just ran away, but she tried to go for the counterplay with the Divine Shield, and she will be taken down. 30 seconds on her death timer. Bottom lane keep now being pushed on. But, of course, gotta be careful of that splash damage. There are a few little summonables from Zagara to eat some of these tower shots. Horrify from Gul'dan pushes back. A lot of allies. Garrosh gets an auto, but he's going to start tanking tower shots and does go down to the Nexus forces. Yrel looking to jump in. Righteous Hammer to bop back onto the Zagara. That's eye tracks, taunted. Follow-up stun from Lovecold. Uther's going to be blinded. Expulsion Zone. He tries to get away. Gul'dan's done with Echoed Corruption. Ardent Defender on Yrel as she goes in trying to take down Zagara. She's going to get some great heals out. I can't... oh, no, Zagara will fall to the Gul'dan splash damage. Ardent Defender was used. There's the Valkyrie, and Yrel is going to be picked off. This is a lone Gul'dan. Speed Barrier onto Cassia. Tries to go in and get the last little bit of damage with a Lightning Fury. She's got 97 stacks on that. Bottom lane keep is going to go down, and it seems like they're not going to go for core end. I realized that I wrote Meat Madness in Discord. I wrote to write Meta Madness in Discord, and I wrote Meat Madness, so I'm just going to leave that mistake there. It's a happy little accident. Zarya gets bottom lane, Garrosh is already in top, and Cassia moves into mid, or she's just going to go get another camp. More camps. Zarya to do the same in bottom lane. Doing fine. She's clearing this out quite quickly. Malfurion will come down to help out. Zagara is going to jump inside this Dragonite. And it looks like with Siege Giants in bottom, Bruiser Camp as well, this is a push to end. A steak does sound really good for dinner. little flame belch into our Lunara as the bottom lane wave is being pushed in. Dragonite gets a couple flame breaths onto core. The Dragonite's already dropped down to like 50%. Bottom lane wave is being poked at by the Gul'dan. The core, this is kind of awkward. Zagara Dragonite gets the shielding and 2%. The wave is coming through. The Valkyrie doesn't connect. Horify will push back the enemy team. Crankle's getting low here. Lunara's going to get Warlord's challenge, but that is still good damage into this Garrosh. Gul'dan, did he apply enough damage over time? Uh-oh, that's a stun. The core is at 71%. Ardent Defender is going to be activated by Yrel. She's chasing in. Speed Barrier onto Hong Lu. Yrel goes in. Divine Steed. She's looking to get some sort of Righteous Hammer displacement onto the enemy. Will get that stun for a moment. Captain Rex and Darker poking back. Zagara's going to try and Hearth out just below. No, she was mounting. Varian left alone on the left-hand side. He's going to try and charge over to an ally. The Expulsion Zone gets the counter kill. It's 2 for 1. What are they going to do with this top lane? Ford is going down. Lunara, she's low. She can't go in for a dive. Cassia can easily kill.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Especially with the scaling. 107 stacks. She is chunking with this level 1. Baseline damage is 346 plus 176 on top of that. Y'all can do the math. Self-barrier onto Zarya. She looks to back away. Garrosh going to respawn here in a second. Zagara up in 20. Valkyrie goes fishing. Doesn't find anything.
Another chance to prove yourself worthy.
The reverse tagline of Alien vs. Predator. No matter who loses, chat wins. That's true. Hearth out from Lunara. She'll go get full HP. God, AVP. Once in a while, I rewatch that movie, and I'm like, oh, I don't remember being that bad. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, it is bad. Like, I actually don't remember the movie again. Like, it's one of those movies that you just push out of your brain.
Control both shrines, and the Dragon Knight's power is yours.
Garrosh activating Indomitable. There's a leap in from Lunara. Expulsion Zone from Zarya. Crankle get low. Gets a good blood craze. The damage over time does not take down Dark. They get the well tap. Zagara puts a Baneling Barrage onto a few. Meanwhile, Captain Rex on the right-hand side is going to get picked off by Varian, actually by Gul'dan, who gets the double kill. Yrel's running straight to top lane. She gets the channel on that Sun Shrine. Moon Shrine's already been grabbed. Lunara goes into mid. She'll clear out the catapult really quickly and go for the Dragonite. First one wasn't awful. Maybe I should rewatch it. Maybe I should rewatch AVP soon. Valkyrie pulls in the Uther. Zarya does go down. Divine Shield is available. Dragonite here. 17.5 minutes in. Is going to start sieging in through bottom with the help of some Siege Giants. Dragonite gets a Flame Breath onto this bottom lane. Oh my god, the Keep Front Gate is just annihilated. Keep Front Gate is going down quite quickly. Cassia continuing to poke out with Lightning Furies constantly. Garrosh is back in. Malfurion about to respawn. A kick onto Cassia as the bottom lane keep does go down. Dragonite has 40 seconds left and 50% as well. Ardent Defender activated by Yrel. Indomitable activated as well as a Warlord's Challenge. Yrel, does she have Ardent Defender? She already used it, and this core is starting to go down quite quickly. I can't believe it. The members of Storm League Enjoyers turn this series, turn this map number 2 around. It was feeling like we were going to a map 3, but that is going to be a 2-0 for the members of Storm League Enjoyers. They move into the lower bracket semi-final. GG, well played. I think I need to get the humidifier out. My throat is just dry.